Hey, welcome back to the Tech Dummy Entrepreneur podcast. So, in this episode, Rajan meets his mentor and comes out of the session and discusses about his first business idea. So, if you not listened to the previous episodes, I highly recommend that you listen to the previous episodes. So, let's get into the intro song.
Welcome to the Tech Dummy Entrepreneur podcast, where it's all about the right you, the right business, and the right mentor, so that you can build a business that sells. And now your host. Going on long drives is one of his favorite things to do. Kashyap, Karnala.
So Maheshwarab continues. He says, look, every individual or a company have an income statement and an expenditure statement. So your job is to figure out this income and expense cycle of the customer and create a product that can help make this cycle more efficient for the customer. We can help the customer to increase his income, or we can help the customer by reducing his expenditure. Okay, for the sake of discussion, let us focus on expenditure statement here. Every individual is an animal of behavior. If an individual is used to doing certain things, he'll continue doing the same things over and over again until there is a change in the path. So when you're talking about expenditure, we can reduce the expenditure by increasing the value of the expense or getting more value for the expense. Let me explain this through an example. Suppose you want to buy a food item with a value about 100 rupees. And if you would go to the shop yourself, you have to shell out 100 rupees. Nowadays, food apps such as Swiggy and Zomato are offering you those coupons through which you can purchase the same item online and just pay 50% of the price and go there and get the same item. Thereby, you're increasing the value of the same expenditure. Literally, you're doubling the value of 100 rupees into 2 times, right? You can buy 2 plates or 2 food items rather than buying just 1 plate. So the bottom line is very simple. When you're beginning on your journey of entrepreneurship, you want to position your product or service in the buying cycle of the customer. If you can understand the buying cycle of the customer, you can create a product which is going to make that buying decision faster and more efficient for the customer. Therefore, if you can create a product which the customer is already used to buying or using, therefore with that he will be able to consume your product in his buying cycle. That was an eye-opener for Rajan. On the way back that evening after the mentoring session, Rajan looks at Abhinav and says, look, now he's so smart, he has so much to share. Now we need to figure out a way of getting maximum value out of the mentor. That's when Abhinav stops Rajan and says, look, let us understand who is a mentor first, and then we can actually talk about how can we get value out of him. Okay. Now there is a huge difference between a consultant and a mentor. Okay, a consultant is a person who has a subject expertise and who comes for a particular reason, solves the issue and gets out of the situation. But a mentor is somebody who will be there through the journey, who is there until you reach your destination. Okay, there is a huge difference. And also look at the situation here. Now, Mr. Maheshwarab has nothing to gain with our interaction. It is us who have to get value from him. And also realize that Maheshwar Rao is already a successful businessman. So he has nothing more to gain from our interaction. It is us who have to get anything from him. Okay. So first of all, I think we need to be clear about where we want to go. We need to figure out our big dreams, our big goals. And that's where he can help us to get there faster. And also, you know what? During Maheshwar Rao's times, there are many other educational apps. A lot of people tried this, but they were not successful like him. So there is something that he had in him that made him successful. Okay, so the idea is very simple. Now I think he had that story around his product that made the product very attractive. So he was connected to the product. He was able to produce that passion to sell the product more than his competition. So it is not about the how, it is not about the what, but it is about the why behind the product that makes people make it big in the marketplace, right? So a lot of people who are selling a lot of commodities, but they're not able to make it big because I think they are not connected to the product. So even we need to figure out a pain point that perhaps we ourselves have gone through, or we have seen some customer around us has gone through. And if we feel deeply around it, we can produce the same results like him. Rajan looks down and says to Abhinav, Abhinav, during my school time, I hated calculus and chemicals because I saw no reason why I need to memorize this periodic table and and produce them in the exam. Now, if we need to remember them, why can't we refer that when we need it in the future and reproduce it? I hated it. I felt like a donkey. Brilliant. Exactly. Now that is exactly what even I went through when I was in school. The good news is people from our generation are parents right now. Now they understand our pain point as well. So they'll be able to understand the uselessness of the current education system, and therefore we can provide an alternative education system which is more practical to the children. Rajan was shocked and he told Abhinav, wow, that was amazing analysis. How do you know all this, how to market, how to create product? I thought you're just one more software engineer like me, but how do you know all these things? Yes, Rajan, I am right now a software engineer, but I was a part of a startup and I have definitely gone through this cycle, right? So saying all of that, okay, now it is not about the knowing, it is about the execution that matters at the end of the day, right? So that's where I think we need somebody who has already executed, who can actually hold us accountable and who can guide us and give us those connects tomorrow when we are growing up as startup. So today a lot of people call themselves as mentors, but a mentor is not exactly a consultant as such, because in comparison to a consultant, consultant is a subject matter expert and he's there for a particular time, and it is very fair to think of getting maximum value out of the given time from the consultant. But whereas a mentor is somebody who is there for a longer time and he acts like a accountability partner and he cares for our success. So that is one major difference that I wanted to communicate in this episode. So that was it for this episode. We'll continue this story in the next episode. So to find amazing mentors, it is no more difficult. You can go to our website called findmymentors.com. So if you like this episode, please like, share and comment on this episode. So until next time, have fun and take care.